Hey, and we're thanking John Penrod. That was a great run.
I liked it. Looks like something, a little liquid coming out of that left, up on that left. There shouldn't be any.
This is Troy Tate. This is Troy Tate in the Iron Horse. We will keep our eye on that. He had a good run the first time. Here goes Troy for his final run, and hey, he's off slow.
Well, that'll all be bad. You kind of make it up in this other part of the track. He's turning coming off of the course. But that
right front.
It's gone.
Yep.
Right front. He's taken probably a U-joint out of it.
And
it's history.
U-joint, me-joint, that thing is not going to turn anymore. And why not get a little airtime for a sponsor down there while I was at it? There's Troy. Hey, Troy, nice try, man.
This is Troy's only second race in this series.
Well, he's trying to add up some points before they head off to Indianapolis in 3 weeks here. And Troy's not quite going to be able to do it. He's one of our Illinois drivers, so we'll head back his direction for the finals in Indianapolis. But another shot for the Bulldozer.
Not going to be happy tonight.
Now, Rusty's driving the Bulldozer there, Mike. Do you think all these trucks dying out here, is he proud of that? He built this course.
Wouldn't be proud of it.
yeah, but a man takes pride in his work, and he put some monster jumps out there now.
But he also would take pride in how fast they would go around this track.
I see. So you're saying he's a speed, not a speed kills kind of guy.
He's one more competitor to go here in the Pro Arena Truck competition.
Well, you know what? We've got Rob Mello from Fresno, California coming up in just a little while. He's going to be one of the last guys to try to unseat Greg Haasman. And Walt had a chance to talk to old Rob here earlier today.
Earlier this year, we visited Mike Rosenthal at his home and shop in Peoria, Illinois. Now we want to visit with Rob Mello. But we're not in Fresno, California, but we are at the home of Rob Mello. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning.
Well, get out and join us.
Okay.
This is Rob Mello out of Fresno, California, but this is where you've been living all year.
Oh, yes. This is where I've been living. I borrowed the truck from my mom and dad to come on this trip here.
Here to run pro arena circuits? First time you ever been east of Arizona?
Oh, yes. What a new experience for me. New experience.
Well, let's get back. Here's his shop. He keeps all his tools and generator and everything back there. And back here is the truck he races. Tell us a little bit about this 1979 Bronco.
My dad bought it when I was 15 years old. So when I turned 16, he'd give it to me, and then it progressed from there, and that's how it came about.
Well, I'll tell you what, this whole season takes some sponsors, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. I'd like to thank Technique Towing, Tri-Country Truck Repair, Mellowscaping Landscaping, and Mardic Auto Detailing, and Mom and Dad. And
I think you were thinking you would need some of that money to pay a fine. I understand you got pulled over by the highway patrol in Kansas.
Yeah, coming through Kansas, the highway patrol decided to pull me over, and when I stopped, I asked him, what did I do wrong? And he said he just wanted to congratulate me, see me on TV, and give me a sticker for the truck.
Well, I tell you what, that's just a great story, Rob. And I tell you what, Rob Mello at his home, away from home, in Denver, Colorado. Back up to you guys.
Now, Mike, that is just the kind of thing that's happening with this series now. People are recognizing them. They're seeing these guys on the road, and they're saying, great job, I love what you're doing.
All over the country, this is what I hear from the drivers. Oh, I heard from people that I went to high school with. Haven't seen in 10 years.
Well, Rob is the last one to try to unseat Greg Haasman. Here he goes. We're in car with Rob Mello now as he tries to get around the short end of the course. He heads toward the back part now. He's clean so far, but oh, the right front.
And he's had, this is the second time that tire has gone away on him. Here again, the guys, you can, if you don't want to go to a B block, you can really go to a screw where you drill through this wheel and connect the tire and the wheel together with metal screws. They're going to have to do something.
Well, we're going to see where this tire goes right here. Here it comes.
Watch it. Watch this tire land.
Well,
he's okay. That was a different part of the course.
It took some of the punishment, but I think it's starting to go right now.
Hard jump. There it is.
Oh.
You're landing on the right front. It's rolling the bead away from the tire, and that's all of it.
Well, we know he's disappointed, Walt, but hey, we want to get a word from him anyway. He pushed it hard.
You betcha. We're down here with Rob Mello. He tell you what, he went for broke, and you broke the front tire, Rob.
Yeah, we let some air out to get more traction around the corners, and we let too much out.
Do you think bead locks on your tires are in your future?
Oh, yes. Hopefully tomorrow we're going to get some tubes or something done different.
All right. Well, I tell you what, you went for broke tonight. Your friend was down there watching you, Greg. I'm sure you're glad he won it.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad. California, right on, #1.
All right. Well, we were down here with Rob Mello, and he just did all he could up here. Back up to you guys.
Well, folks, the left coasters are taking it away here tonight. They came in force here at the Denver Coliseum tonight. and they're going to take home the goodies. Well, we'll come back, and we're going to crown the kings and also show you more monster trucks here at Denver, where we have seen a pro arena truck race like we haven't seen before. A great round of 25 trucks, narrowed down to 15, and we're going to take a look at the final 5 and see how they paired out. Greg Hausman did come home the winner. David Peplow in the Super Dave truck came in second with a 2052. Then comes Brozovic and Fisher, the big rivalry.
Yeah.
Well, and, you know, the reason the guys from California came was to conquer. They did it. Another thing they told me, though, was they hoped to get a TNN race back out on the West Coast. Greg Hausman's a lot further toward doing that, eh, Walt?
You bet he is. Greg Hausman down here, Citrus Heights, California. Pride of Citrus Heights and the local Toyota dealer. I tell you what, you and that Toyota just came here and poured it on in Denver.
We gave it about everything we had.
I tell you what, you looking to hopefully have a race back out in California on TNN?
Yes, we'd love TNN out there. Good coverage.
I tell you what, you came out here, there was some of your friends running out there, Rob Mello running, and some of your other buddies. I tell you what does it feel like to come out and do that?
Feels good. Darn good. Real good.
Well, you're the king of the hill.
Good. Good. Got to say hi to my wife, my kids, Truck Smart, Golden State Auto Body, Montoya Concrete Pumping, Fine Line Interiors for California.
All right, well, back up to you guys.
Well, what do you think, Gallaway? You want to head out to California next year?
Well, yeah.
That'd be a good gig. We'd take it. Hey, but for right now, we're in the Mile High City. We got more monster trucks coming back here at the Denver Coliseum. Stay with us. In Denver with Dave Byrnes, Mike Gallaway, Walt Yarbrough, and the rest of the TNN Motor Madness crew ready to bring you the semifinals of the side-by-side drags. Equalizer, he's going to make his first appearance here. Here we see the brackets. Bigfoot and Samson are going to run, Equalizer and Bulldozer, and then we're going to have our final and crown the king.
Of the hill.
Of the hill. That's exactly right. Well, Equalizer had problems earlier, Mike. He's making his debut right now.
Going to be very interesting. It said the clutch was a little loose on it. To make this work, it's like a centrifugal clutch on a go-kart. You have to bring the RPM up real high before the clutch goes together. I wonder how high he's going to have to bring the RPM to make the clutch come on.
There was a good look at the Bulldozer. He was the fast loser from round 1, and so he's now going to be bracketed with the Equalizer. Again, the winner of this will move on to the finals as they get staged and look for the flag from Jim Harbuck. He points to him. They say thumbs up, ready to go. Great jump for the Bulldozer. And, Mike, that was the difference.
Well, we know now that the RPM had to come up real high to make the truck leave, and he just couldn't make it leave quick enough with the RPM that he needed. Bulldozer, you know, lost the first round but come back.
Well, we're going to take a look at it again. You know, they ought to put a big piece of jerky up front there because he just chewed his way through this.
That's a good run. That is what? Fender
Very
and a
nice.
half. Even though he lost the first round, he can still come back and be king of the hill.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. And he'll get her backed up there and parked for the moment because we still have to see Samson and Bigfoot come out and take their run.
That's a bad bull.
That's a lot of bull. That is a whole lot of bull.
More than I've got.
You know, they park these things out back in the tightest spots out here in the Coliseum, but at least they get to, and you can see back here, they're back with the rest of the trucks, but at least they get to get them off the arena. We don't have any pro arena trucks bashing into them this week like we've seen in the past.
Well, it could happen.
You're telling me it could still happen, huh?
Anytime. Well, we finished the pro arena, so I think we're safe tonight. This next race is going to be good.
All right. Well, Guy Wood unstraps from the Bulldozer. He'll put it to rest for just a few minutes here because we've got one more semifinal to run, and that, of course, is going to be between Samson and Bigfoot. Samson's having kind of a tough night tonight.
I just don't think the truck is running the way that Gene would want the truck to run. Gene is very, very particular about the truck, and he works every part of the truck. In between these rounds, we're not down there, but I promise you one thing, Gene is working on that truck. He's trying to find that extra bit of horsepower, needs to find out why the truck's not running, and he's not just letting the truck set. I'm sure he's been over every piece of it. Don't be surprised if he still doesn't come back with more horsepower this time around.
Hey, he looks tough coming out of the box there. He had a good look at the Bigfoot truck back there, and they're telling me that they spend 60 hours apiece hand cutting those tires to the custom cut.
Oh, and it is such a labor-intense job. Now, the tires start out, they weigh about 800 pounds. When they're finished with them, they'll actually cut 200 to 300 pounds of unusable rubber off of those tires, and it is just, your arms ache, you're so tired. You use grinders, knives, hot knives, and everything just to cut the tires the way you want them.
Now, Dan Runte in the Bigfoot, one of the most experienced drivers, got really a lot of his driving experience when he was first starting in a 3-month saturation in Australia, and that seat time, that's got to mean a lot early on.
Went to Australia and spent 3 months over there racing all through Australia with the United Sports of America.
Well, they're at the starting line now. They're going to get staged. It is Bigfoot and Sampson for a berth to the finals. There's a good look at Jim Harbuck. He's getting ready to wave that green flag, and they're going to pull him up there and head off.
Gene Patterson at one time was a Bigfoot driver. He had not been in this truck until last weekend, been a year and a half out of a truck. And last weekend he stepped in, and this weekend he's back racing.
Drivers ready, green flag, here they go. Bigfoot, a great jump. Sampson, a nice ride there, but it's going to be Bigfoot. He crossed it first.
It's the low-end horsepower of the Ford. It's the quickness of at the flag. These guys have done it time after time again, and they're awesome.
That was a nice run by Gene Patterson, who's in Dan Patrick's truck, and I think he really collected himself. Like you said, probably did some work down there and got this thing quite a bit better torqued up for the semifinal here.
Now you got Bigfoot, and you got the Bull. That's going to be a great final race. Bigfoot really left good. He got a little air, and the truck actually can move forward in the air. And I think that's probably what he did. He took Patterson just a little bit in the air and finished him up.